Hey guys, what's up? This is Joe. This will be a Godsquall Decima CM as Hill Alacrity Scourge Kite. Here we go. Normal stuff when you first go in. It'll be just give everybody boons, try to give a prot, especially a regen, a lack, of course. These first set of arrows are usually going to hurt because if people are inside that red ring there, they're going to pick up harmonic sensitivity rather than galvanic sensitivity, and they're going to take more damage than their first arrow. Now that we have galvanic, the rest aren't going to be as bad, but just know that first one could be if they were starting melee. Just keep rotating past the reds. And every second set of arrows, you want to make sure that you're the farthest person away. That way you get the number one, which is going to be the red arrow that you central out to a empty pylon. Try to always give stab for those multiple rings AoEs that you just saw there. After this attack here is going to be the red. So just kind of get used to the pattern. If the arrows start, they're going to finish. So even though it's phased at 80, you still need to do that or else you definitely die there. On the add phases here, the first one, just make sure to strip with sword 3 or dagger 3. Just try to keep barrier up on your group a bit. Whenever you get the arrows, just try to spread them out while still trying to not charge a pylon. Then you can give stab right before you take the tornado. It should last until this big knockback AoE in case somebody got held up or was late or whatever. You see I stayed back there on that part. It was just to charge the pylons that I was closer to, and then so I could move forward to stand behind an empty pylon. If I would have came in close, then I would have charged that pylon first, and it would be a tier 2. Every time she phases for CC, try to give stab. That knockback there is quite far. Try to make sure everybody's topped up with prot and quick res if you do have it down. And then the range team will dip back out after. It's going to be the same thing. If they were in that red AoE there around the boss, they're going to have the wrong debuff for range, so the first arrow is going to hurt. So try to give everybody barrier best you can. We weren't topped up there, so we had a couple downs you saw, and then try to move out for this red arrow after that outer AoE one. As far as the achievement goes, if the red arrow charges the pylon to 2, it's okay, but no one else can hit a pylon with a arrow. On the second add phase, you still want to strip right away as soon as you can, but you do not want to CC. And whenever you get, and you also want to be the farthest person away from the mini add. So you'll see her add back out quite far, and it'll bait the cone away from the melee group is what I'm doing. But you still want to kind of get out of that AoE as soon as possible. It does a lot of damage. And again, I'm just staying out here to charge the pylons behind me, and then I'm moving to the uncharged one in front. I'm basically not using a torch because we're never near the boss. You could. It would help the melee group with might, I suppose, but if they don't need it, then I figure you might as well give swiftness. So the group can spread out easier and whatnot. It was working for us. Always give stab at the phase here. And I move in quickly just to bait one of the orange circles here. Just to keep pressure off the DPS. And again, just make sure to dot and try to keep your group full health for the Flux Nova, that big explosion attack. Always give stab when she jumps in this phase. Every other arrow is still going to be red. Just kind of look around and decide which ones you want to charge. And then what I do is just charge 2 on one side and then go to the other side to place the red. You could just place it behind the one that you charge and just make it 2, but you know, it just makes it a little bit harder on the melee team if you do that. I'm just picking this side here because the melee team is on that side, so I can bait my arrow to the opposite side that they're on, basically. If you see them needing help, just, you know, don't be hesitant to chuck down a heal well if they need it, or a barrier, whatnot. Keep an eye on the percentage when it gets close to 10. You'll see I didn't give stab here. I wanted to save it on purpose. Because when we hit 10, you want to make sure your team has stab for when she jumps to the middle. And you'll see we're also cutting over to the right. We're not wanting to run into the melee group with all of those AoEs. We're kind of wanting to already be out. And here everybody starts just DPSing as hard as they can. Range group still has one more set of arrows to do. Still try to be the farthest. It's going to be a red. And once you hide behind a pylon here, it would be better also to swap to dagger torch in this phase. That'll help the group with might and everything. And just boom like crazy, heal like crazy. Do your best. It is a DPS show at this point. Everybody dodges these AoEs together and dodges toward the boss so they don't charge additional pylons behind, ideally. And that is the fight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great one. Bye-bye.